Alrighty, for me, in Mr. Burns, most memorable part I thought about it, was just the idea for the play itself. I mean, Anne Washburn was really creative in the fact that she took a post-apocalyptic setting and tried to determine how something's life, like a TV show that's The Simpsons, the TV show of all TV shows, would survive in a situation like that. And I was also doing some reading. She'd also considered using shows like Friends, Cheers, or MASH as possibilities, but she went with The Simpsons in the end. Some themes that are prominent. There's a lot of reminiscing and kind of dreaming, remembering, or at times fixating on the past throughout the play. There's kind of the theme of evolution. There's also de-evolution. There's the de-evolution into where we become people are more primitive and there's no electricity and they have to live that way. And there's also the theme of evolution where characters, they evolve, to their new surroundings. And the story of this episode of The Simpsons also evolves, and it changes as the characters do. In the near future, 7 years in the future, and then 75 years into the future. Question 4, I have if either something that would be looked back on kind of jokingly, but if either Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton become president, this country could be headed for an apocalypse. And then that story of how you don't elect someone who would be a bad leader would definitely carry on, and they would probably never elect a bad leader again in their new society. But more seriously, a good story that would keep on, that would be looked back upon. It could be something like the story of 9/11 and the terrorist attacks, and it was a very great tragedy, but there was a lot of good that came out of it, like increased airport security, more strict airline regulations, and just more security in general, major metropolitan and civilian areas. And there was also some negatives that came out of it, other than the terrorist attack itself. With the situation like where we've had troops stationed in the Middle East for years and years, fighting, the war on terror and spending billions and billions of dollars. And my two questions are, what do you think the apocalypse event was specifically that caused them to lose electricity and all their power? And do you think their society will survive?